year marks the 70th anniversary of the founding of the United Nations. The organization has been working to improve its efficiency to better serve its member states. CCTV's Tang has spoken to some Chinese UN employees to see how they are contributing.
Live from New York, with the latest development on UN missions. Hosting the program, Li Maoqi, who's been working for UN Radio for 10 years. As a former TV reporter, Li is now telling stories from behind the microphone. But that's not as easy as it looks.
When I was a reporter, I focused only on doing stories and doing them well. But now, besides the daily reporting assignments, I'm in charge of the whole Chinese reporting section. It took me 6 months to adapt to my new job. Besides, I needed to get to know all the UN agencies and their operations, such as the organization's HIV protection and climate change work. So now I have a lot of work to do every day.
What was more challenging was that the Chinese broadcasting section of UN Radio was not very influential when Li first joined the team in 2004. He decided to spread the radio waves deep and wide through multifaceted means, such as putting them online. 10 years of efforts have paid off. Now listeners in China, Chinese-speaking listeners in the US, Australia, and New Zealand are able to listen to the program Li produces. And that has also opened his eyes.
I used to only focus on China issues, or on introducing China to the world. But now, as a UN employee, I need to pay attention to all 193 member states and get to know the global problems that the UN is trying to address. I need to think at a much higher level.
With the help of the internet, Li and the radio team have been able to reach more people around the world. This process broadens the vision of both Li and his listeners. Others, though, are finding ways to better spread the UN word in a much tougher environment.
Bai Lin is one example. He's a senior political affairs officer for UN peacekeeping operations. He promotes reconciliation during conflicts. But he also has to go into the field where the peacekeeping troops are stationed in places such as East Timor and the border area between India and Pakistan. That is often very dangerous.
UN peacekeeping are involved more in intra-state conflict, instead of interstate conflict, and the mandates given by the Security Council to the UN peacekeeping missions becoming more and more comprehensive and complex, and because they involve a lot of areas, from political, economic to social and humanitarian, human rights, So that includes or covers a lot of areas. So you need to get on top of all these issues.
Li and Bai are just two of more than 200 Chinese UN staff members working in New York. They come from China, but are providing all 193 UN member states with services. As the UN celebrates its 70th anniversary, all the Chinese staff members, along with their colleagues, are ready to continue helping solve the world's problems. Tang, CCTV, New York.